Husband John and wife Connie have been married for 20 years. She is now 40, and he is 45. Since they got married, Connie has never had to work as John's income from his used car business has always been more than enough for their needs. John is a talented negotiator. He rarely fails to negotiate a good deal. His wife was always in charge of their home and maintained a very comfortable and pleasant atmosphere in it. They never had children, but they didn't worry about it. He is happy with his wife and their monogamous lifestyle, and always thought that she was also happy with the status quo. He had always thought that their sex life, while not as active as it had been in the early years of their marriage, was in good shape. They still had sex once or twice a week, although Connie never initiated it. She didn't seem interested and rarely felt euphoric, even though John tried very hard for her. One night, as they lay in bed, Connie turned to John and said, "John, I want more sex, and I want more exciting sex." John was surprised because Connie had never made it clear before that she was dissatisfied with their lovemaking. "Well, if you're not happy with what we're doing, why don't you take the initiative and tell me or show me what you want, and I'll be happy to do it." She was silent for a couple of minutes, then said, "Please do not be angry. The thing is, I don't want you to do anything else. I want to have sex with someone else. I met a man, and for the past few months, we have been meeting for lunch, going for walks, going to the movies, and various other events while you were at work. He is a very good person. He is in love with me, and I think I love him. He wants me to come live with him and eventually marry him." John resisted the urge to yell at her. He took a deep breath and let it out slowly before he said, "Did you have sex with him?" "No," she answered. "I wanted to, but he said we shouldn't do it until we got married, or at least until you and I got divorced. In fact, he wants to arrange a meeting with you so that you will let me go to him and arrange a no-fault divorce. He's willing to pay you to let me go." "What? Does he want to buy you?" asked an incredulous John. "Yes, that's right," she answered. "He says that it would be wrong to steal someone else's wife, but it would be fair to buy her." "What kind of a clown is this man? Are you sure he's okay in the head?" asked John. "Of course, he's fine," she said. "He's just a very direct and delicate person, and doesn't want to take advantage of you. He said he would also pay all the costs of our divorce." "He must be very rich, this man," said John. "He is quite well off, but not very rich, just rich," was her answer. "How much does he offer for you?" said John. "You'll have to talk to him about it," she replied. "He wants to come here tomorrow evening and discuss it with you." "He's bravey. We have to give him credit." "Isn't he afraid that I might kill him?" he asked. "Don't be stupid," she said. "You're not one for violence, and in any case, he's much bigger than you in everything, including his manhood in his pants." "How do you know this if you didn't have sex with him?" asked John. "We swam several times, and you can clearly see everything in his shorts," she said. "So you want to leave me after 20 years?" he said. "Weren't those good years? Don't they mean anything to you?" "Yes, they were good years," she replied. "But they have become quite ordinary, and I feel a desire to move on. I want to enjoy a vibrant sex life again, while I'm still young enough to appreciate it." "So what time will this eccentric come to see me tomorrow?" asked John. "About 7 o'clock in the evening," she replied. "Can I tell him that you agree to meet with him?" "Yes, and you can tell him not to expect to be here very long," he said. "And now I suggest you get up and go to the guest room to sleep before I throw you out of my bed." John lay awake most of the night. His world had just been turned upside down. He wasn't as in love with Connie as he had been in their early years together, but he was comfortable with her and enjoyed having her with him. From what she said, he realized that she would still leave him, regardless of whether he agreed to her boyfriend's strange proposal or not. Then she will leave, live with him, and have her more exciting sex. Finally, John decided that if he were to lose her, he might as well get the best deal possible. After all, he was a used car salesman, and a very successful one at that. He will make sure you get a good deal. The next evening, when Thomas, the name of the prospective buyer, came to the house, John refused to shake his hand, saying, "In my experience, a handshake is required when the deal is agreed upon, and not before it begins." Connie looked at the two men and said, "Well, I think I'll leave you two to sort this out. I have my bag packed. I'm ready to leave with Thomas when you come to an agreement. In the meantime, I'll wait in the back room." "No, Connie," said John. "You must stay here with us and see what will be decided. You are fully involved in this matter that will decide what your future will be, but I cannot allow you to take any part in the discussion, so please remain silent throughout the negotiations." The three then moved into the dining room and sat down at a large table, Connie on one side and the two men on the other. "So," John said, "you want my wife, and you want to pay me to divorce her and let you take her for yourself, right?" "Yes, that's exactly right," Thomas said. "That's what Connie and I want, although I should add that Connie told me she was ready to just leave you and come live with me. However, I would be uncomfortable, as I don't think it would be fair to you, and I want her to come to me legally. I am confident that we can come to a fair agreement on how much you are willing to release Connie for, so I would like to offer you $100,000. Said John. "I think this is a ridiculous proposal. So that's all you think my wife is worth, is it? She's an attractive model, as I'm sure you've noticed, with a good physique, and she has at least 20 more good years ahead of her if you take care of her and treat her right. Add to this the fact that she only had one caring owner. I think it must cost at least $250,000. "No, that's much more than I want to pay," Thomas replied. "I think you're being unreasonable after all you've gotten from her in 20 years. It has served you well, but you can't guarantee it will last that long for me. I still think $100,000 is a decent offer, but I'm willing to increase it to $110,000 if we do a deal tonight." "No, I can't let her go for that amount," John said. "But I understand your point of view. Her body is still in pretty good condition, but that's due to the amount of money I've spent on maintaining her over the past 20 years. With care, there shouldn't be too much wear and tear over the next 20 years. But it comes without any warranty, and you can't be sure there won't be any hidden defects or future problems that may arise. Also, on top of that, depreciation needs to be taken into account. An unpleasant thing, this depreciation, it is difficult to calculate. It depends on whether it will become a classic or not. One can only guess about it. Given all this, I may be able to give you a discount on my asking price, say $20,000, bringing the price down to $230,000 in cash. Don't forget, too, that you can get a decent amount for it if you want to sell it in the future or trade it in for a newer model. I might even be interested in taking it back if the price is right, and it hasn't been abused or overused. In any case, this is my last proposal. I mean, I'm going to need a deposit if I'm going to replace it with a newer or at least a younger model that I've had my eye on. No, if you don't want to or can't afford to pay that price, it's not for sale." Think about all this for a few minutes. I know this is an important decision, but it all depends on you. I was quite happy to keep her and look after her myself until you showed up wanting to make a deal. Thomas looked at Connie, then at Joan, then back at Connie. "Give me a few minutes to think," he said. "If you don't mind, John, I'll just take a little walk in the fresh air. You've given me a lot to think about, and a breath of air might help." "Of course," said Joan, "but not for too long. I mean, there's probably someone else who's looked at it, and if he comes with a clear offer on my terms, I'd be stupid not to accept it." Thomas went outside and returned 15 minutes later. "You made a decision?" asked John. "Yes," replied Thomas. "In the end, I decided not to buy it. I think the risk outweighs the opportunity, and I was probably stupid to make any offer at all. So I'm afraid I'll have to leave her with you. I wish you both all the best. Goodbye, Connie. I don't think we should meet again." With these words, he shook John's hand and left. "Well, honey," said John when he and Connie were alone, "here's a great lover for you. I may not be the best lover or the most energetic, but I still love you, and I think we should give our marriage a second chance. What do you think?" "Yes, please," Connie said. "I think my eyes just opened for the first time in months." "Okay," said John, "but if you ever pull that stunt with another man, You'll be sent to the scrap heap without a second thought. Now, go to bed and get ready for me. I think I have something to prove. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.